Hi guys, I am really excited to be here with you today. I hope you're having a fabulous day or evening depending on where you are in the world when this YouTube video crosses your path. It's really uncomfortable to be in challenging situations and to feel those visceral responses in your body and not know what to do with them, isn't it? You know, those gut feelings or that tension within your shoulders or your chest when something uncomfortable is happening or you're in a situation that doesn't feel so good. But what if I were to tell you that those triggers, those visceral responses within your body are actually blessings in disguise? Because that's the truth. Responses are internal feedback as to the parts of you that you still need to heal within yourself. Hi, my name is Jen. I am a clinical hypnotherapist and I help other people step into their power and move towards a more authentic version of themselves. Most people try to numb these uncomfortable feelings. They numb it with work, with staying extra busy with other activities, by watching TV, by eating, drinking alcohol, or taking other substance, whatever the case may be. And there's no shame in that. I myself have done many of those things, and sometimes perhaps it might even be needed if the pain is too great to deal with at the time. But the problem is with that is it doesn't actually solve the root cause of the problem. It just prolongs it until a later date. It just numbs it out until the next time this same familiar pattern is going to show up in your body. I mentioned that these visceral responses within your body when you feel triggered are actually blessings in disguise because they're important feedback as to what needs to be healed within your body. So how do we go about figuring out what needs to be healed? So I invite you the next time that you feel these uncomfortable feelings within your body to stop and become aware of where it is presenting and start talking to it. I know that sounds a little bit crazy, but seriously, start talking to it. Ask it why it's feeling this way. What did you need in the moment? Why did whatever it was that triggered you bother you? What belief is this highlighting within yourself that no longer resonates with you or needs to be healed? These are the questions that are going to start to get you the results that you want. And the thing is that once you start paying attention to these areas that are being highlighted when you're triggered, you'll be able to start to shift. I'll give you an example. Not too long ago, I was driving somewhere and something came into my awareness that caused an uncomfortable visceral response within my body, also known as a trigger. I pulled over the car and gave myself the time and attention that I needed to address how I was feeling. I realized that I was feeling jealous. I hadn't felt that way in a very, very long time. And instead of judging myself about how I was feeling, I gave myself the love and attention that I needed to resolve the issue. I started asking myself curious questions, like, why am I feeling this way? What is it about this situation in which I don't feel like I'm enough? What do I need in this moment to overcome this feeling, to feel like I'm enough? And that's all I needed. I just stopped, I paused, I paid attention to the area of my body that was speaking to me, and I gave it the validation, the love and attention that it needed to feel safe. And when I did that, it disappeared. So I invite you to get curious when you feel triggered. ask yourself questions about why you're feeling this way. Try to get to the root of the situation instead of numbing the pain, because when we numb the pain, when we stuff it under the rug time and time and time again, that becomes a really lumpy rug. The truth is that the parts within ourselves that are unhealed just need to be seen, heard, validated, and nurtured. And once they have received the amount of attention and validation that they deserve, they disappear. And then those triggers will no longer show up in your life anymore. Or perhaps they will show up. You just won't have the same bodily response as you once used to have. They'll no longer trigger you because you've healed that part within yourself. You know, one of the things that I was guilty of in the past was trying to fix the other person. They triggered me. I'm upset. It's their fault. But what I've learned through meditation and doing my own inner work is that actually I'm the one that needs to heal the wounds within myself that are being activated by that person. And once I do that, they will no longer bother me anymore. Now, sometimes this is hard to do. Let's face it. It's not easy to be in a situation where someone's angry with you and you're standing there and there's conflict all around you, or you're in an environment that feels really triggering to you because of a past experience. It's not easy at all, and I'm not pretending like it is. One of the tools that I have learned to try to implement throughout my life, and I don't always get it perfect, is to detach myself from the situation. So I myself, Jen, can be standing here in my physical body, but my perspective of the situation is from a more detached understanding. I will remove my ego from the situation and just simply observe what is going on. Because everything, every moment, every environment, every person, every situation is placed in your life for a reason. We think that we're human beings here having a human experience. But really, we have it all backwards. We're actually souls here having a human experience. And people, places, and situations, whether perceived good or bad, because actually there's no such thing as good or bad, it's all a human construct, are here to evolve our soul, to help us overcome the lessons that we signed up for before we came to Earth to have this experience. So if you can take a more detached perspective or view of a situation when you're in the heat of the moment, which takes practice, you can start to observe what the patterns are within you that are being triggered in the moment, and then also what the lesson is that you are meant to learn through the person, situation, or experience that you're having. This isn't easy work, and so many people don't do this type of work for themselves. They continue their normal comfort patterns of numbing the pain instead of acknowledging or facing what is actually coming up inside them so that they can become more healed. So kudos for you for showing up for yourself today and for doing your inner work. When we do our inner work as a collective, we change the entire world. I love you, and I hope you have a blessed day. Please like, share, and subscribe to help my channel grow so that this message can find many more people and help them overcome their triggers.